Huh? Huh?
Well, with that out of the way, welcome back. This is my personal documentation channel. It's where I document the things I do. In my little institute, formerly just of science, I may expand into other subjects, depending on how I'm feeling. Mostly the purpose of this is for me to motivate me to do things that I wouldn't otherwise do, but also to leave a documentation of the things I've done for future reference. Do I expect a large audience? Do I expect to be a famous science YouTuber? Not really, I don't care. At this point in YouTube, even if you were a multi-million subscriber channel, you're probably making a pittance. Basically, the only people who make money in YouTube these days are giant servers where you have one server full of bots that make AI content and one server that just watches those bot channels with thousands and thousands of instances of YouTube. That's how you make money. But I don't know how to use any technology more advanced than... I was about to say more advanced than transistors, but to be honest, I don't understand what the third lead is for. So here I am doing things once more, and as you can see, I've been upgraded. I now have a window on this side instead of that side, and they cut off the front of my eyes, so I have to wear these things to protect me from the extreme light and shrapnel surrounding me. Ooh, tea. I do like a good tea, and you may ask yourself, why is this man drinking tea? And the answer is, how did you know I was a man? Do you know me personally? Probably. If you're watching this channel, probably you do know me personally. I make tea when it's cold because the kettle helps heat my apartment house thing. It's a little bit chilly today, but in preparation for times more warmering, I had an idea. And it's always a good day when I have an idea. It doesn't happen very often. So, the solution to this environment, there's a window here, you can't see it. There's also a door back there. I'm not supposed to open that door ever. But outside in this new place I am is warm and hot most of the year. Not today because it's raining and cold, but normally hot and dry. And I noticed my lawn was getting shriveled. I don't like a shriveled lawn. So what occurred to me is gray water. Now what is gray water? So gray water, as you can kind of tell from this water, is water that has been used for some purpose, but isn't so severely contaminated as to be true. Oh, why is that banana flavored? I should really stop snorting banana oil. Gray water is water from processes that are not the toilet. So it's showers, dishwashers to an extent, and laundry. All three of those generate a tremendous amount of wastewater. And what does that wastewater do? It goes down the drain. There's not actually a drain here, unfortunately, or else I'd be using it. When I'm in a room with a drain, I am using that drain a lot. But my goal was, well, hey, if I'm going to be in a place that's ridiculously dry and hot, I should probably build a way to collect this in a volume larger than a jar. Which means I'm going to build myself a prototype gray water processor. So that I can take the water from my washing machines and showers and squirt it on my lawn to make the grass not dead. So, I haven't actually even started that yet, but I'll document the individual pieces as I do. A garbage can. 32 gallons. That's a lot of gallons. 32 gallons is more gallons than I can lift. I figure a trash can could probably hold that. But you may notice, if you're a careful observer, that I have wrapped this trash can in rope. Nylon rope to be specific, and you may ask yourself, why has he wrapped a trash can in rope? The answer is, I had a lot of rope. Also, it's designed to keep the trash can in tension so that if it swells and widens as you fill it up with water, it doesn't just like banana peel open. and like burst, that would be bad because gray water is kind of gross and I don't want it all over the floor. Believe me, I know how gross it is. Stage 2 of the process concerns adding holes to the lid. Now behold the future of laundry science. For a frame of reference, not that thing, it's that, the cool looking kind of HAL type machine. Also note, you may recognize that trash can because that's where I was sitting. This is a single hole, ooh, that sounds bad, but it is, washer dryer combo. You put the clothes in, you hit the buttons. Weirdly, all the menu is in French and I don't know how to change it. And then it does both. It doesn't even have a dryer vent. So where it goes, after it's done with that, is this blue hose in the back. Now, aside from the fact that the camera can't quite focus, hold on. That didn't help much. The blue hose now goes into this trash can. Instead of digging through the actual lid, I have constructed instead a piece of wood. This piece of wood has three holes. That's a lot of holes. Took forever to make those holes. So, blue line goes in one. This is the output. You can see on the bottom it's not connected to anything yet. It'll get connected to one of the electric pumps from my old irrigation system. It's actually the same tube from my irrigation system. Where that goes is around and down through there. That is the dryer vent. This thing, ventless. It vents into the atmosphere. So it goes out there. From there, it connects to that, which is a garden hose adapter. That way I can attach a garden hose and pump the water out. So when it comes to the parameters of the pump, I actually found something even better. By better I mean distinctly worse. That's why there's so many tools out. So I found this pump. Oop, it's wet because I tested it. Something's making wet noises, and I don't think it's this thing. I think it's a lot of birds, to be honest. I found a pump. The only problem was when it was connected to, I kind of had to cut the cord, so there's a juncture. I connected it to new cord, and then ultimately to a plug with a switch that I installed. So these are submersible pumps, right? So they can go as deep as the cord. It can go that deep, which that's a pretty good distance. And this is lamp wire, which should be okay. But I fixed a pump. This one I think was in a fountain, maybe? It's loud and old, but it should work fine for this. Okay, it's arranged. So now, down at the bottom, there's the float connecting to this indicator rod, which is probably too long. Don't even know if that'll work. Blue line goes in, clear line comes out, pump is connected down at the bottom. It interfaces to the outlet over here, so that whenever I want water outside instead of inside, I turn that on. That's on. You can hear it spinning. It's actually kind of quiet. It's loud when I turned it on because it was full of rocks and small fragments. There's somebody parked outside my house. I had to clear those out. So now there's just two more things that need to be done. So this is my shower. It's actually one of two showers I have. That's the drain. Problem with that drain is, that drain don't drain. It's not a drain anymore. Despite using the plunger, and using the plunger while listening to Megadeth, I was unable to unclog it. But this actually turns out to be an advantage for the main reason that bathrooms are very hard to rewire to a gray water system without finding my way under the house and actually rewiring pipes. But I have a better solution. There you go. Now I just stand in the tub, it collects the gray water that comes off of me, and I don't have to worry about the drain that doesn't drain anymore. No more plunging, no more wasting water. Problem solved. Today I feel smart. When I actually step in there and actually try to turn it on, maybe not. Mainly because it'll involve me picking that up, hauling it all the way across this giant building to the tank and dumping it into that trash can. We'll see if that works or not. Well, it's on the drying cycle right now, so it dries itself, but this is the amount of liquid that comes out of one load of laundry, which, if it's not immediately clear, is probably around 5 to 10 gallons, which is a remarkable amount. Actually, I didn't realize one load of laundry made this much water, because it normally just goes down the drain and away. But what I'm going to do now is test the export function. So, going back to the switch, turn that on. The water is somewhat struggling to come up, but once it achieves where it's supposed to go, so then we follow the export valve, which is a little leaky because I didn't screw it on all the way. The hose is across the driveway. Oh, I trip over it. And to here, which is a hose aperture in the garden area, which is currently not planted. Right now it's just making a mess, but ideally there would be a soaker hose or other aperture other than just an open port on there. But right now it's just going to drain because I don't want the water around. Well, I have to say, this thing seems to work-ish. I hadn't realized that my laundry produced so much water. You can hear the laundry, it's still going on. Hopefully I don't have to speak super loud for you to hear me, but it seems to work for me. I mean, it collects the water from the washing machine and allows me to export it. I can use that to water my garden. Hopefully the soap is non-toxic, but I mean, I put it on my clothes, so hopefully it's non-toxic because it's touching me right now and I'm absorbing it through my membrane. But yeah, it's over there right now. It's functioning. The neat thing is the trash can hose pump, like the pump and hose are scrap. The thing in a trash can, that thing's probably like $30 tops for all the pieces, and it manages to recycle the water effectively. I don't know how much this would actually cost if I tried to plumb. I don't know how to plumb. I'm not a plumber. I don't normally do things that could potentially require this much spillage, but well, I'll consider it a success.